Hi, Cancer. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for November 2024. Please be sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in November and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you may want to check that out. This recording is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon. I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck in this reading. All that being said, Cancer, now onto your November 2024 Psychic Tarot reading. The first card you have, Cancer, is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes weighing your options, having to make a decision or a choice between two things. It can also indicate seeking balance. It could have to do with money. It may have to do with emotions or other things in your life. Some of you may be really starting to wonder if you're in the right place where you belong or not. Now, that could be a living situation or a work situation or some other situation where you're like, am I in the right place or not? Could be a church, could be a club, group, or organization even, or a relationship. You may really think that things are off balance in one of these areas for you. You may be really doing everything you can to make circumstances and situations or the thing, whatever this is that feels off balance to you, you may be making a lot of efforts to improve them, to make it better. You may also be going, well, if I stay, this could happen. But if I go, that could happen. Like back and forth, you could be writing pros and cons lists. For some of you, your gut instincts or your intuition is telling you to stay or stick with a situation, or stick with the relationship you're in, or stick with the job you're in, or stick with the living situation you're in. Because you may feel like if you go somewhere else, it may be worse. You may be afraid, like, well, you know, what's the saying? The devil that you know is maybe better than the devil you don't. I don't know the phrase exactly, but like, you know, you don't want to jump from the frying pan into the fire. You could have stomach issues this month. You may have problems with nausea. This could also be like nervous stomach. You got to be careful of your head this month also, because you could bang your head on something, or something could fall from a shelf or a roof or somewhere and could hit you in the head. So be careful of concussions. Also, if you play sports, be careful. You don't want to get hit in the head with a baseball bat, a basketball, you know, a hockey puck, a hockey stick. I mean, whatever sport you play, anything that has something like that could hit you in the head. Like any kind of tennis balls, basketballs, footballs, hockey pucks, you know, they could hit you in the head, so be careful. You may feel like you're having a little bit of trouble relating to people. This could be people out in the world, like when you go to the bank, when you go to the food store, when you go to the liquor store, when you go, you know, wherever. Or people in clubs, groups, and organizations you belong to, or your family. But it could also be, you know, like it could be relating to people online, people in your family, friend groups. So the next card you have in the reading is very likely you, Cancer. You have the Queen of Cups. This is a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Like I said, it could be you, but this could be another water sign person. Some of you are going to be skeptical about things you're being told or things that you're hearing. Very likely could be coming to you on the internet or on the news. You could be very skeptical about what you're hearing, but it could be anywhere. Your friends, what your friends are telling you, what your family's telling you, what your love partner's telling you. You could be skeptical of what they're saying to you as well. But I really feel for many of you, it's more in an outward, out there in the world, more in a sense like the internet, news, things like that. You may trust people, but then you're kind of worried that it might come back to bite you in the butt or haunt you. Okay, I get two weird things right here. Bam, bam. They're weird. First one is you may use some new soap, some kind of new shampoo or soap or body wash that I feel like you're going to like it. I don't know, but it's coming up here. Like, so there might be something special about it. The other thing I get, like bam, bam, one right after the other, could be you could get involved in some kind of mystical things. This could be like candles, lighting, doing candle magic. I mean, I've never done that, but there are books on candle magic out there. Or some other kind of magic, or mystical things, tarot cards, oracle cards, crystal, palmistry, other things that are mystical. Like that comes up here for you, some of you water sign people this month. I mean, I shouldn't say water sign people. I'm reading the sign of Cancer for you Cancers out there. The other thing that you may have trouble listening to, or, you know, that comes up in the listening category, is gossip. There could be a lot of gossip and misinformation, or you just have to be careful of gossip because it could be loaded with truths, but it could be loaded with supposition and misinformation. This might be a month, Cancer, where you really want to, it's a weird message. You're getting some weird ones. My guides are like firing them at me weird about you. Not in a bad way necessarily, but just off the cuff. If you need a weighted blanket or clothing that's heavier, or a heated blanket even, like an electric blanket, to bring you comfort, you may require that in this month. You may feel like I need to feel safe and secure and comfort. So you may want to wear layers of clothing, heavier clothing, getting a weighted blanket, especially a weighted blanket or a weighted, whether it's one for your whole bed or a throw blanket. Things that are heavy with cloth and are weighted are going to bring you a sense of comfort this month. Or, like I said, it could even be a heated blanket. So the next card in your reading, you have the Ace of Rods. This is a card that symbolizes new beginnings of any kind. New job, new love relationship, birth of a child, receiving an inheritance. You could get a new home. If you're building a home or buying a new home or renovating a home, there could be a lot of upset around any of it. So it's a good card because you're doing something here, like buying a home, renovating a home, building a home, but there's upsetment around it. Like, oh, they didn't deliver the right doors, or the siding for the house isn't right, or the kitchen cabinets aren't the right color, or the tile flooring I ordered, they put down the wrong color. Like things like that could come up or happen. Some of you Cancers are going to feel like you're free to explore something new. So this could be because you retire, or you quit a job, or you're divorced, you get divorced, or you split up from a relationship. Or because I kind of feel like or like, let's say you go to church, you may be giving up that church and you're going to go to a new one. Like feeling like you're leaving something behind, giving something up, but you're free to explore new things. That's a feeling that could prevail for you Cancers in the month of November. It could also be a new project. Like maybe your job had you on this one account or one project and you've been working on it for a really long time, or a home project that you were doing, renovating your bathroom or kitchen or building an addition, and you've been working on it for a really long time and you complete it and you're done with it and now you're free to move on to something else. That comes up here for you Cancers. Some of you may find out that you or your significant other is pregnant. Some of you are going to get a new job, and I'm hearing specifically 45 days. So it could be 4 to 5 days or 45 days, which is what I think they mean. That could be when you start the job or you get hired for the job. So for some of you, it's 4 to 5 days. For others of you, it's 45 days, which is what I really feel like it's the strongest. And because I do feel there's some element of having to bide your time for a little bit, because something within that job, if this applies to you, something within the job is changing, that they have to make these changes and shifts and moves before you can fully begin. You could get put in front of an audience, could be on a channel, on a video platform, or it could be an audience like people sitting in front of you on chairs in a room. Because I get like somebody has either seen something you've done, some work you've done, something you've created, and they want you to come do this talk or speech or this or that. And they may be asking you to do it for free. Maybe some of you, it won't be free. Maybe some of you, it is free. But I do get, it may be free. They may be asking you to do it for free. But if it's not free and they pay you, it's either way. It's because they've seen you, some of your talent, skills, knowledge, work, what you know how to do, and then they want you to give some kind of speech or presentation or in front of others. So before I go on to card numbers 4 and 5 in your reading for November, Cancer, I just want to say, if you want to get any of this special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, those links are down below in the description box in the Show More section. They're also on my website on the videos page at theluckymermaid.com. You may want to get my November psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac, where I do an expansion and a continuation of the psychic messages that I'm doing here on the tarot readings at the beginning of the month. I look into every topic I can think of to look at, and they're under $3. So they are a bargain. If you haven't checked out the crystal readings yet, you might want to do so. Also, if you're interested in like more in-depth, I don't want to say more in-depth, maybe I should say more help, like messages that may like reach you more on a interpersonal level, on a soul level, and kind of get advice. You might want to get either of my angel readings I've done recently, my important messages from the Karma Angels and Jasper crystal readings are available for each sign of the zodiac. And you may want to get the Angels, Ancestors, and Ascended Masters psychic oracle card readings for these changing times, which we are certainly in changing times and wacky, crazy energy, you may want to check that video series out, which I used 4 different angel decks in that reading. The important messages from the Karma Angels, I used the Karma Angel deck, and they were very interesting readings. And those are very reasonably priced, especially the Karma Angel readings. You might want to check them out. So thank you so much for all of your purchases. It does help keep this channel alive and going and growing. So now on to card number 4, you have the 9 of Swords. This is a card that symbolizes sadness, loss. It could be like maybe you break up with somebody and you're grieving the loss of a love relationship. This could also be grieving some other kind of loss. It could also be sleepless nights, bad dreams, migraine headaches. You could be worried about somebody else that's not feeling well. You may be troubled because you feel like things aren't changing fast enough. And that could be in the world. You may be looking at the world and going, oh crap, things are just not changing fast enough here. What the heck is going on? But for some of you, it could be in your own personal life. Some of you may have to retake a test that you don't really feel like doing at all. There could also be something where you find out that you have to change something or redo something you already did. So it could be like a boss comes to you and says, this report or this project you did is good, but it's not completely right, so you need to redo some of it. It could be a home project. Maybe you were laying tile or putting up wallpaper or doing something, and you did it, but some of it came out wrong, is incorrect. So you may have to redo some of it. It could be a report you had to write for school or for your job, or so there's going to be something. Some of you are going to be like, oh no, I have to redo. So, like for some of you that have to retake a test, you got to retake the whole test. But for some of you that it's a project at work, at home, or anything like that, maybe it's a craft you are doing and working on, you may not have to redo the whole thing, but you may have to redo part of it. Some of you may not feel that great. I did get that. Right? I forget. I do so many readings, I can't even remember from this one. I think there was some issues that came up about your stomach in this card. So this card could be indicating, hey, guess what, Cancer? You may not feel that great in your stomach or somewhere else in your body. You may also have to make amends with somebody that you dissed or shamed or were unkind to or lost your temper at. You may have to, you may have grief over something you said or did, and now you have to go back and try to make amends in some way for that. So the last card in your reading for November 2024, Cancer, you got the Justice card, and this is a card that symbolizes having to deal with court documents, legal papers, lawyers, the court systems. It could also be like having to settle lawsuits or any kind of, you know, litigation of any kind. But sometimes the Justice card comes up when something in your life has been unfair or unjust, and now there's going to be justice, and it will become fair and just, and maybe it's not legal. It's just justice in something. If you have to deal with lawyers and the court system, I'm not going to lie to you, it does come up like expect your bank account to get drained. So think carefully if you want to avoid that from happening. Yeah, because I get some of you, if there's some kind of representation you need, it's going to cost a lot of money. I get it again. If you're already in the throes of litigation, there could be something that gets dismissed or thrown out of court. There could be an issue that has cropped up where you finally get the chance to say your piece. You may be a witness for the defense, a witness for the prosecution. You may be your own witness. It doesn't even necessarily have to be in a court of law. It could be at a school board meeting. It could be at an unemployment hearing if the bosses are contesting that you quit, they didn't fire you, etc. But there could be something that kicks up for you where now you get to give your testimony. You get to say your side of the story. You get to say your piece. This could even happen not in a court. I already said that, right? So it could be like, you know, maybe there's some kind of family contention going on, or you're having an argument with your significant other, or at a club, group, or organization where people are like blaming you, or who's at fault, or who did what, or who didn't do what. Could be happening at work too, where you finally get to, you know, get up and say your truth or piece and your view of the situation. Some of you could get some kind of royalty check that comes to you, or like if there was any disputes about like severance pay or disability payments, or any kind of payments you were supposed to get while you were on leave for something. It's like you're going to, that will work out in your favor. I feel like you will get that money. You will get the royalty check. The disability money will come to you. The severance pay that you were supposed to get will come to you. I do feel like you win in that regard. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Cancers to work with, use, and wear, you got onyx. And the other signs that got onyx was Aries and Aquarius. So Aries, Aquarius, and Cancer all got onyx for the month of November 2024. And onyx gives strength and promotes vigor, steadfastness, and stamina. It also is a gemstone that banishes grief and puts you at ease with your surroundings. Onyx also enhances self-control and stimulates wise decision-making, and it can encourage happiness and good fortune. It's going to be a stone that's going to help you feel like you've got control of yourself, your emotions, and of the situations that you're going to be dealing with in November. It's also going to help you like lock into things. Like if you've got to like buckle down and study, it's going to help you buckle down and study. If you've got to like put your focus and pedal to the metal on some home project or work project, it's going to help you like get down into it and stick to it and get it done. It's a stone that's going to make you feel like you have more power, more personal power. Great stone to take with you if you go on any job interviews, or you have any litigation at court, or any difficult like situations. It also helps protect from negative energy as well, especially for you in the month of November. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you so much for all you do for this channel. Your support helps keep this channel going and the psychic messages and predictions coming to you. I appreciate all your views, likes, comments, shares, donations, and purchases of my Vimeo videos. Without you, I wouldn't be able to keep this channel going, so I have so much gratitude to all of you. If you would like to see more of the messages and predictions that I do for my Vimeo on-demand videos, those links are all posted down below underneath this video in the description box in the Show More section, or you can always go over to my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page, and you can look at all the video series I've recorded, what divination tools I've used, how long the predictions go out for, and you just click on whatever zodiac sign you want under the heading of the video series you want, and that link will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel and help support the readings that I do here, I have a donation link down below under those video links underneath this video. And thank you to those of you who've been very generous and kind in donating to my channel. I've been getting a lot of donations lately, and I do really, truly appreciate it. It does help a lot, because without you doing that and purchasing the Vimeo videos, I would end up just doing private readings for years. I have so many people waiting. So I like to keep doing the videos, because then I can reach more of you. It takes me a long time to get through those wait lists and the cancellations list. You may want to check out the eclipse videos series. I have 2 of them, the eclipse that occurred in September and the eclipse that occurred in October. You're being affected by those eclipses for 3-6 months. Some of you, it may even last longer. So you may want to check out those. I also have 2 angel oracle card readings I did, 2 different types. They're linked down below. And some of those messages are really advice-driven. They give advice. They get more in-depth in the psyche and in what's going on in you and inside of you, but they also give predictions, so you may want to check those out. If you want to see more predictions of messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here on a video format, you can follow me on my social media pages at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram, and on X, my handle is at the Lucky Mermaid. You can also follow my channel on Rumble, which is called the Lucky Mermaid LLC. So I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful and blessed month of November of 2024. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.